Okay, so having a look at the mod select power bow. Now I've had a tiny look at it, specifically the location of a unique one, which we're over here in the glowing sea. There is a strength requirement sort of thing, but we'll get in that later. So where you want to go, if you want to get the unique bow, is over here to the vertebrate wreck. A few landmarks of here and here. Your probably best landmarks going to be the church and some of LA places there, just so for reference. So yes, we're out down the glowing sea. So, oh, the game froze. There we go. So when you do spawn here on the vertebrate landmark, you want to head west. You'll just be able to see the super duper mark here in the glowing sea, just there. Now, there's technically two ways to get it. You will need a fusion core, so just take note of that. That you can get one really early, in a way, but you've got to watch out when you go through. So your two options of how to get it are either clear these out. So you can either go through here. There's a little door right here, so you can go through this door, but if you go through here you will be dealing with some feral ghouls. So if you are like level 1, probably not. The elevator here is probably the safest, but there is a death claw, but I will show you can get around that really easily, because it's literally run around a corner and go to a room. So will it show feral ghouls? So that's still where you will come in from the other way. But if you go literally just down here, turn a corner, the death claw should be in the right there. So it doesn't matter. Here in the security office is where you have to go. So literally you don't have to face pretty much any enemy, except when you go back out. So this radar does have a note, kind of not important, but it is. I say I'm quite sure this is part of the mod, as is, because I've not been down here before. Obviously here you got power armor, as is. There is the requirement, so you've got to be pretty strong. But as if you got power armor like myself, you're pretty much good to go. So you press to push this car. Really love the animation here. I love the fact, even more so, it doesn't matter what power armor you're using, so you don't actually have to have that power armor specifically. And there you go. So, as well, when you unlock the unique one, it does unlock you can craft these essentially infinitely. As we do obviously see the stats there, I'll go over those back at the testing area. So these are kind of meant to be explosive bolts, lore wise, for super mutants, more or less. What's going on? What's we looking at? But yeah, essentially quick bit of lore is believe as is essentially meant to be for super mutants.
I am in combat again.
We'll just very quickly watch this before continuing. Absolutely hilarious. Can't do much. Come on, there we go. As is all in all for what I have seen so far of this, the little bit I have seen, I'll just quickly show it here. As is pretty cool. It does have something funny if it does happen again, and as I will show it back at the mod test area. And I'll see one back there in a minute. So, Jesse Priestel then said something about power armor ammo switcher. Power bow ammo switcher. So that, okay, standard explosive. So before we have a look at the all the stats, so with strength requirements, we've got so essentially, if you're in power armor or action is a mutant, a super mutant, so essentially, yeah, it's meant to be.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
Okay. Yeah, so it's essentially meant to be something that's more or less meant to be used by super mutants as well. So I suppose there's meant to be a bit of lore there if the super mutants can use it. But yeah, if in power armor, the bow is 100% power output. Power armor animation is faster and more stable. I did notice as well something as is with the animation of that third person. I think it is actually fires faster. Outside power armor with a strength of 10 or more, the action can use the bow at a reduction or reduced 75% output. So that's 275. Okay, so that's still. Well, it does say here. Actually, it may not show in that the whole stats there, but that's what it's supposed to. And then if you've got the lower your strength, essentially the less output. If it's outside power arm with a strength of 7 or more, the action of the bow will be reduced by 50%. And if you're outside power arm with less than 6. Be gone, settlers. I made a mistake being here. Yeah, 7 or less, the bow apparently cannot be used at all because of that strength requirement. And as is, for what it is, it works. And honestly, I kind of think this is something that you would find. And as is, it looks actually like, obviously it's meant for power armor, so it does kind of look silly in a way outside of power armor. Obviously, in power armor, it's a bit different. Animation's so slow. So yeah, obviously that does look a lot better. Obviously, for that reason, it's meant to be in power armor. So the funny still thing is, so you can still see there. So yeah, third person is actually the slower one. So first person, I've noticed as this does fire faster, but this is the funny thing, is if you keep firing the standard bolts in the exact same place, I'm not even aiming now, they will actually stack. These things have a what if it's called, they're solid, essentially. So anyway, let's have a look at the modifications and or ammo types.
If I ever need repairs, you seem more than capable with your tinkerings.
Ooh, a heavy gunner. So that will be what changes it. That is amazing. Oh my god, that's pretty cool. Rebar.
Thanks for the help, pal.
That's just hilarious. Oh, splits in 2 projectiles. Now that's pretty cool. Incendiary, electric. What's that? Shock mine bolts act as a proxy mine with a chance to stun. Ooh, so it's essentially a pressure mine. Case mine bolt, proxy mine. Where it lands reduces damage. It's a detonator impact and explode. So your best bolt is essentially your explosive bolt.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
Okay, that's... Do I have enough points? This is the question. Do I have enough points for heavy gunner? Probably not to max it out, do I? No. Anyway, I will see anyway. Okay, yeah, so this goes off heavy gunner. There we go. I'm learning. I'm learning more. So yeah, unfortunately, okay, yeah, so I actually only need level 4. Pretty good. I would put, whew, that damage output. So, I reduce limb 1, so it does reduce the damage, it does. Standard limb, but lighter weight, inferior damage, allows strength of 7 or more to handle the bow at reduced capacity. Realistically, superior handling, so that's what you'd go for. Yeah, something like this, if you're not going to do a power arm build, don't use it, obviously. So it's kind of whatever you want to go for. I love the amount of customization. Ooh, auto semi, okay. Pull, trigger press will auto pull and fire, aim will auto pull, fire, press, hold. Oh, so that's, okay. Ooh. Oh my, there is so much more here than I realized. Limb material. Not seeing any changes. Okay, that may be something that has to be fixed. Same sort of thing with that. Does it have to be the standard stuff? I don't think it would have to be. Okay, that is something that may have to be fixed then. So that's the grip. What about that? Okay, yeah, so these are the colors are not working, unfortunately. Okay, so essentially we've almost maxed out heavy gunner, or that's like doubled. Oh, okay, well technically your base damage is 265, 275. I think it's 275. But yeah, almost maxed out. You're looking at probably somewhere, as obviously I can't look at it exactly because I don't have the extra point. Actually, I am just going to do a very quick thing here. Okay, so yeah, let's get a bit more XP. So we've maxed out heavy gunner and maxed out bow. You're looking at 1,616 damage, which if you throw on, what are we looking at? Say ninja. You get 3 times 5, so you're looking at nearly, what's that going to roughly work out to be? About 4,000 damage. So at that, you're literally looking at something that's going to out damage a Gauss rifle. And I'd have to assume that it is silenced, hence being a bow. If it's not, I mean, again, being a power bow, I don't know. And one more thing to look at is the bolts. Okay, so there you want to look at, depending on obviously what you want to go with. Technically, the splinter one actually may be pretty good. I mean, the rebar is still pretty funny. Okay, now, and see, that's nothing to look at. So, the explosive one's only 1. Shock, it's 3. So, probably your best bang for your buck is probably the rebar. Or the punch bow. Although, what was the difference? Okay, so there is no difference. So yeah, personally, if you're gonna be, oh my god, that even bends. Wow. If you are sort of doing more or less survival, that looks hilarious. Yeah, if you're doing survival, no, actually survival. If you're doing normal gameplay, I would say yes, go with the rebar, because as there's that crafts 5, and that's like 3 steel, so you essentially get 2 extra rebar for free. And honestly, that just looks cool. Yes, depending on what you want to have for the auto firing sort of thing as well, that animation's still pretty cool. Love it. Anyway, that is all for the select power bow, as is lovely mod. I personally must say, next Fallout, we so need
I wonder what has happened elsewhere.
What?
Is what has befallen the Commonwealth atypical, less extreme, more?
Anyway, yeah, as is next Fallout, we so need stuff like this, and it's kind of, I will say, ending off, I find it kind of funny that in one way some mods have the strength requirements for certain heavy weapons, which that's the thing I find funny is that we never had it in the base game, because obviously if you're sitting there with an explosive minigun, I'm quite sure the recoil would be immense. So yeah, next Fallout we so need more things like this. And also I'd love to see more mods out there with strength requirements. Definitely is, that's a massive crowd up. Definitely as well, if you're looking for an immersive one, I'd definitely say this is one for that, as is the strength requirement, and as is, it literally looks like something you would essentially find in Fallout. I mean, yes, maybe a few things a bit shiny, and as is, it's a shame I could not look at those materials, but all in all, pretty cool. Anyway, other than that, I hope one has enjoyed, and as is, yeah, go check out the mod. It's pretty cool. As is, hopefully there'll be more like it and that, but as is, all in all, pretty good. Anyway, I shall see everybody next time.